See the water stains that have been on there? It's been there for a while. And I think the bottom just gave out. Lateral pressure down the front. This right here is a patch. This was patched up one time or another. This is how that happens. So if you get a hairline crack, better get it fixed. All right. Tell people that concrete or cinder block comes apart below grade and they don't really believe you. That's above grade, nice and firm. And this is below grade. It's like smush. Smush. This is supposed to be cinder block. Now, these are cinders. This is cinder, which once upon a time was a cinder block. What happens when water sits at the bottom of blocks for too long? And you had continuous rot, and now we have a major issue here. Okay? This was cinder block. Nothing there. This crack is caused by lateral pressure. The lateral pressure, which is caused by the water that surrounds a foundation, the weight of that water, and the mud, it easily just push this wall in. Once you get any kind of hairline horizontal crack, that crack just grows
until the eventual result is complete foundation failure. I told clients that once a foundation cracks along a horizontal line due to lateral pressure, that crack grows and grows. The pressure never stops. Each time it rains, there is a tremendous risk of complete foundation failure. If that happens, well, the house becomes condemned. The homeowners have to move out. Now here you can see that the house has been jacked up and the wall has been removed. The standard water management system is also being installed throughout the basement to prevent any further damage to other walls. We've installed reinforcement bar on every course of this wall to also prevent that from ever coming in again. This job could have easily been fixed a very short time ago for a lot less money had the problem been addressed when it first occurred. The jacks you see remain because cement takes at least 30 days to cure, and you don't want to put the full weight of the house on the wall until that time passes. At which point the jacks will then be removed and the homeowner will be safe and sound.
Right now we're comparing the difference between carbon fiber strips and real steel. Carbon fiber strip, they basically sand down the block and they glue the carbon fiber strip to the block. Carbon fiber strip is carbon fiber. It's maybe about 3/8, half-inch thick. It is designed not to be able to be pulled. So if you glue that onto the wall, that wall cannot bow, because if it wants to bow, it has to pull. If I put a carbon fiber strip against a concrete floor and there was pressure at the bottom of the wall, it will just snap. It's designed for pulling. It's not designed for strength. It will just snap. I-beam. You take a 3x2 angle iron, okay? This is 1/4 inch. This is bolted to the floor beams, okay? The I-beam is bolted behind there, okay? So this is pressing the I-beam against the wall. It's not installed level. You see the bubble? I've got it leaned in. There's level. That would be straight. This is on an angle. Down the bottom, get some tension on the I-beam, pushing the wall back. So I'm already bolted up on top. Now I'm jacking the bottom. This is a 12-ton jack. So I got 12 tons of pressure right there, and that's it. I get a piece of angle iron, and then release the pressure. This is steel. I have 12 tons, 24,000 pounds of pressure at the bottom of this I-beam. It's within the lines. Right now, I have 24,000 pounds of pressure pushing on this wall. It's pushing back on this wall, and it will be pushing back on this wall forever. Now this is going to be solid concrete surrounding the I-beam. That concrete is going to be pressed against the existing floor, keeping that in place, never going to move. You got the angle iron all bolted together up here to the floor beams. So these I-beams will never go anywhere. The wall will never go anywhere. You cannot do that with a carbon fiber strip, because if the pressure is too great at the bottom of the wall, it'll just snap. This is a carbon fiber strip. Carbon fiber strips not managing to prevent the wall from blowing in. Down here, the wall is blowing right out. Now, anybody can see that carbon fiber strip just lets the bottom of the wall blow in. Alright, this job's a wrap. We got thermal armor on here, R15 thermal armor. The forever flooding basement is now fixed. Try that with carbon fiber strips. Good luck to you. Okay, I'm Dan O'Connor of Hydro Armor Systems.
Homeowner.
How you doing, buddy?
How are you? Rock one. I don't know what that'll do.
We don't know yet. You gotta...
There's a lot to do a basement job.
This is a 250-foot job. Time to get packed up and go do an estimate. These are what's called hydro pressure backup pumps. They operate off of your water pressure. This is a radon system. Radon systems generally, they have this pipe with a fan draws the air, but they go into stone. They're just drawing air from where? We will look a radon system into our ADS pipe system, and so it would be able to draw air from around the entire perimeter of the basement. Now this here is a clean out, and on a radon system, because the fan is going, if you put your hand over here, you can actually feel the radon fan drawing the air from the entire basement. So there's so many dehumidifying systems that want to draw the air from the basement and outside. A radon system is doing exactly that. You won't see this anywhere else because it's mine. If you look at the pump, or the sump pump bit, you'll see it's totally sealed. Ordinarily, you have holes and silicone and all that kind of craziness. Every job gets weep holes and mirror drain. Now, ordinarily, the mirror drain would come up on the block. On a radon system, weep holes, I have a way of getting them as low as possible, and I use a different kind of mirror drain with a cap on it that the concrete can go right over the top of it, sealed, and it's perfect for radon systems. Now you also see all the pipes just simply come out of the concrete and everything is sealed. This is a true radon system. Now when it comes to hydro pressure backup pumps, how they work. First and foremost, you have to have a pressure stop valve. Now everyone knows what a check valve is. This is not it. A check valve is when water flows one way and then tries to come back, there's a little stop on it. The difference when it comes to your drinking water is no groundwater can touch your drinking water because bacteria can flow back. So this is a pressure valve. When the backup pumps go on, the water flows. This is spring loaded. And when the water stops, it slams it shut. So no bacteria can backflow into the drinking water. So that would be this valve here. As you can see, we've got it teed right off of the main, it's a 3/4 main. This is our stop valve. This is a shut-off valve, ball shut-off valve. Any issues or problems with the pumps, you can just shut the water off right here. This is the water line, comes down and feeds the pump. Right, there are two types of hydro pressure pumps now. There's a Liberty pump and there's a Zoller pump. Ordinarily, I love everything Zoller, but the Zoller hydro pressure pump has to come up out of the sump pump pit, whereby a Liberty, you can configure it so that everything stays down in the pit. Now we're going to go over to another pump because we're going to fill it with water, but this is unbolted. The water line comes down and goes into this hydro pressure pump. Down below you have your standard Zoller pump. Now this is a rubber seal around here, and so when the lid is put back and bolted down, it's radon sealed. Barely even need any kind of sealant around this pipe. Any problems or issues, there's a little device that you can put on this, and these fittings pull right apart. It's beautiful stuff. The water pressure on this house is 80 pounds. The hose is turned on full blast. Right now I'm holding the float down to the hydro pressure pump so it does not come on. My water pressure is still on, and when I release the hydro pressure pump, it's just going to come on. You can't even hear it. It's actually pumping the water up this line and out. You have your line from your primary pump, check valve, teed in. Your line from your hydro pressure pump, check valve, teed in. So the water is dropping, and I'm still on full pressure here because the hydro pump is pumping it out. I'm going to turn it on again. Ready? Listen to how quiet it is. Okay? Can't even hear it. This is it going off. Oh, how we do love this modern technology. There's your hydro pressure pump, and that's how they work, and they're brilliant. Okay?